The original Land Rover Defender was first released back in the 1940s. A vehicle that's been around 70 years. Not much has changed. In 2016, Land Rover axed the Defender nameplate and then promptly took their engineers and locked them away in a room for 4 years so that they could give us this, the new 2020 Land Rover Defender. A whole new vehicle from the bottom to the top. So as you can see behind me, you do get a very, very familiar silhouette. That square nose, the tall roof, and the rear-mounted spare wheel. There are a few styling nods to the original Defender, like the checker plate on the bonnet and the snorkel. So Land Rover realizes that Defender is not just a vehicle, it's a lifestyle. And as such, when you buy a Defender, you can get an accessory pack to make it your own. They have the Country Pack, the Adventure Pack, the Explorer Pack. And the one we have here is the Adventure Pack. So it comes with that cargo roof rack and it has the cargo box on the side. You also get mud flaps and a few other off-road accessories to make it just that much more yours. Now, as far as the new Defender is concerned, the old styling cues are gone, replaced with a much more modern view of things. Up front, LED lighting, in the rear, LED lighting. In fact, the entire vehicle is just a whole new take on an old design. This one in particular comes with 19-inch blacked out off-road wheels with some pretty aggressive tires, which make off-road driving that much easier. Now, if you had driven the previous generation Land Rover Defender on roads like this, you would have had your fillings shaken loose. But not with this new one, no. No more ladder frame chassis here. This is the strongest Land Rover that they've built yet. Now, the interior of the Defender really is fantastic. You can tell that the designers really put a lot of thought into the layout of everything. The entire interior is basically plastic. The floor, the center console, door cards, even parts of the dash, even the center of the steering wheel is plastic. And then all the touch surfaces are this soft, squishy neoprene rubber. It is also a very purposeful interior. There's grab handles everywhere and exposed fasteners. It really is quite fantastic. Now, I haven't counted them yet, but it would appear that Land Rover went to town where it comes to charging points, because they're hidden everywhere. There's one here in the center of the dash, there's a bunch here in the console, the back of the seats, everywhere. They're charging. Nobody's going to go without charging a mobile device. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the space, because it's massive in here. The designers really did eke out every little bit of space that they could find. You can easily seat 5 adults. And then if you go into the 876 litre boot and you pull on the 2 straps, you can actually lift up 2 smaller jump seats. So that this becomes essentially a 7-seater SUV. An SUV in every sense of the word. This is a true sports utility vehicle. Like all of Land Rover's products these days, this vehicle comes equipped with terrain response, which is their proprietary system for controlling the off-road capabilities of their vehicles. This system basically makes allowance for just about any surface you can find. Snow, gravel, rocks, sand. It really is very, very clever. Now, this Defender rides on air suspension, an air suspension that has a travel of full extension of 291 mils. Now, standard road driving, you're looking at 245 mils, and then you can raise the air suspension another 145, giving you that extra ground clearance. You really can clear just about anything that will come your way. The Defender is just that much more capable, because you now have a vehicle that has a 38-degree approach angle, 28-degree breakover angle, and a 40-degree departure angle, meaning that you can pretty much take this Defender anywhere. One of my misgivings that I have with the Defender is the fact that you have very, very poor visibility. I mean, I can barely see over the bonnet, and I definitely can't see out of the back window because of the spare wheel. But then you just push a little button here on the screen and you have a 3D view surround of the vehicle, so you can see everything around you while you are off-roading. And out in places like this, you're definitely going to need it. We are in the P400 model designation, which means that this Defender has a 3-liter inline-6 petrol engine, which is going to deliver 294 kilowatts and 550 Newton meters, which basically makes any climb, any terrain, child's play. Now, Land Rover says conservatively you should get about 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers. With all of our off-road shenanigans and some freeway driving, we're returning closer to 15. That's to be expected with that massive lump under the bonnet. The only other problem that I really have with this is the same problem that many people do, and that is it still a Landy? You see, Jaguar Land Rover isn't exactly well known for their reliability. And when you have a vehicle that is essentially fully electronic, if something goes wrong, you're well and truly scuppered, because you will not be able to fix this with a pair of pliers and a screwdriver on the side of the road. So now the question is, how much does it cost? Well, the P400 model that we have here, base without any of the packs attached, 1.2 million rand. With that, you get a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer service plan and warranty. And you know what? You're not just buying a Defender, you're buying the lifestyle with it. And I think just because of that, it's pretty much well worth the money. The new Land Rover Defender is an engineering and technological marvel. It really is an amazing piece of work. Now, if you can get past the idea that you need to be able to fix it with a Leatherman and some baling wire, you might find that this is the perfect vehicle to take on your next overlanding trip. Here's hoping that it's around for another 70 years.
Search Auto Trader.